Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something really exciting, or insert your topic here. If you're new here, I'm Leela, and on this channel we explore. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss out on our weekly uploads. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. All right, let's jump right into it. You ever realize how your whole morning mood depends on that first sound you hear?
First sound? Like what? Alarm clock?
Exactly. If it's my alarm, I'm instantly grumpy. But if it's a bird or my neighbor's kettle whistle, I feel like life has gifted me a gentler start.
That's funny. For me, it's not sound, it's smell. If I wake up to the smell of last night's curry still lingering, my brain feels heavy. But if it's just the clean smell of my blanket, I feel calm. See, this is why you're a scent person and I'm a noise person. So, what is your routine then? Besides being grumpy at your alarm. Okay, picture this. Alarm rings, I hit snooze at least 3 times. Then, instead of getting up, I stretch out my arm and touch the floor, just to remind myself gravity hasn't abandoned me. That's strangely grounding.
It is! Then I stare at the ceiling fan until I think of a sentence. Doesn't matter what it is. Yesterday's was, "The ceiling looks like a lazy helicopter."
You should write those down.
I did once. It turned into a weird diary of ceiling fan metaphors. Too embarrassing to continue.
I'd still read it.
Nah, you'd laugh. Anyway, what about you? Your mornings must be neat and planned, right?
Kind of. I brush my teeth before drinking water. People say that's wrong, but it makes me feel like I'm preparing myself for the day's taste.
Taste armor.
Exactly. Then I make tea and write down 3 words. Not sentences, just words. Whatever pops into my head. Today's were pencil, ash, and mirror.
That's cryptic.
I don't try to explain them. It's like leaving little breadcrumbs for my future self.
Future you must be confused.
Probably, but it's comforting.
You're a collector of words. I'm a collector of nonsense sentences. No wonder we're friends.
True. What about breakfast?
Depends on how rebellious I feel. If I want order, I eat toast. If I want chaos, I eat popcorn.
Popcorn? For breakfast?
Why not? It crunches. Crunching feels like the right way to say hello to the day.
You're ridiculous. My breakfasts are boring. Oats, yogurt, fruit.
But you peel oranges in one piece, right?
Yes! It's like a personal challenge. If the peel breaks, the day feels slightly incomplete.
See, you've got quirks too. You just disguise them as discipline.
Maybe. All right, midday. What's your routine then? I work in 45-minute bursts, timer on, focus until it beeps. Afterward, I stand by the window and count how many people wear hats. It's my way of reminding myself the world exists outside my laptop.
How many hat people today?
7, a personal record.
You're tracking a secret statistic no one else cares about. I love it.
And you?
Midday is my least productive. I make coffee just to stir it dramatically. I swirl the spoon until it clinks like a tiny cymbal. Sometimes I don't even drink it.
So you make coffee as performance art?
Exactly. My kitchen is my stage.
You're secretly poetic. Don't tell anyone. What about afternoons?
Nap time, but not in bed. I nap on the floor, curled up like a comma.
Why the floor?
Beds feel too official. Floors feel temporary, like I'm just pausing, not wasting the day.
That makes sense in a bizarre way. And you? I write a halfway sentence around 3 p.m. Something that describes how the day feels. Today's was, the light looks tired.
That's kind of sad.
Well, afternoons make me reflective.
Even your reflections are disciplined.
Maybe I'm just scared of letting the hours slip away unnoticed.
Same. That's why I nap on the floor, to prove I can choose to stop time.
Interesting.
Nights, though, that's where my rituals get weird.
I'm listening.
Before bed, I fold every single item I wore. Socks, jacket, even if it's dirty. Then I whisper something like, "Thanks, jeans, you survived that awkward bus ride."
That's sweet. Almost like gratitude practice.
Yeah, but also weird. You?
I write one sentence in my journal. Doesn't matter what. Last night's was, "The neighbor's cat knows my secrets."
Ooh, I love that. It sounds like the beginning of a mystery novel.
Or the confession of someone lonely.
See, that's what I mean. Hidden emotions leak out of routines.
Like your popcorn breakfast rebellion.
Or your obsession with
Peeling oranges. So are we really doing creating rituals or disguising feelings?
both. Routines are proof. Proof of what?
That we existed, that the day wasn't wasted, that we left marks, even if it's just folded socks or a scribbled word.
That's actually beautiful.
Don't quote me.
Too late. I already filed it in my head under Speaker 1 Wisdom.
No, delete it.
Never?
You know, sometimes I think if someone overheard our routines, they'd think we're insane.
Or they'd realize everyone's insane in their own small way.
Yeah, that's comforting.
Comforting like brushing teeth before coffee.
Or napping like a comma.
Exactly.
You ever think about how your toothbrush knows you better than most people?
What? How does a toothbrush know me?
Because it's the first thing that greets you in the morning and the last one before you crash at night. That's loyalty. That's creepy. And also strangely true. Mine's bright yellow. It feels like it's mocking me when I'm half asleep. My toothbrush is purple, but I keep switching it between cups. One day it lives in the bathroom, the next on my desk.
On your desk? Gross.
Don't judge. It reminds me that routine doesn't have to be chained to one place.
You're the only person I know who romanticizes toothbrushes.
And you're the only person who schedules her showers down to the minute.
Guilty. 7 minutes flat. Shampoo, rinse, conditioner, rinse, body wash, rinse, done.
Robotic. I shower like I'm auditioning for a music video. 20 minutes minimum with dramatic lip syncing.
That explains why your water bill hates you.
Grins. Worth it? Anyway, what's your breakfast routine?
Always the same. Oats, banana, honey. If I skip it, I feel like the whole day collapses.
That's so stable. I admire it. My breakfast is roulette. Yesterday, I had pickles and crackers.
Pickles? In the morning?
Don't knock it till you try it. Sour wakes me up faster than caffeine. I'll stick to bananas, thanks. Fine. But admit it, you've got a weird breakfast quirk, too.
Okay, fine. I eat the banana in 3 exact bites.
3? That's not breakfast. That's an Olympic sport.
It's not about efficiency, it's about control. If the 3rd bite feels uneven, I get annoyed all day.
Wow. Your banana anxiety is showing.
Don't expose me.
I'll protect your secret, but only if you protect mine. I talk to my kettle.
You what?
Yeah. While it's boiling, I say stuff like, "You got this, little guy. Keep bubbling."
You're insane.
Maybe, but the kettle has never let me down, unlike people.
That's darker than I expected.
Oops. Ignore the trauma dump. Your turn. What's your midday ritual?
I time block everything. Classes, study sessions, even breaks. Around noon, I write a single sentence about how the day feels so far.
Oh, like a mood snapshot.
Yeah, today's was, the sunlight feels heavy.
Ooh, that's moody.
It's honest.
I like that. My midday routine is wandering.
I pick a random street and walk 10 minutes just to see what changes. That's actually brilliant. Yesterday, I found a bakery that sells bread shaped like turtles. You're making that up. Nope. Ate one, felt guilty biting its little head. You're too chaotic. And you're too rigid. That's why we work. Balance. Maybe. But don't you ever crave structure? Sometimes, but structure scares me. It feels like a cage.
And chaos scares me. It feels like following.
So, our routines are basically our coping mechanisms.
Pretty much.
Okay, late afternoon. What do you do then?
I make tea, always chamomile. Then I sit by the window and count how many people wear backpacks.
Backpacks?
Why? It reminds me that everyone's carrying something. Some are light, some are heavy, but everyone has a backpack.
That's surprisingly poetic.
Don't tell anyone.
Your secret's safe. My late afternoons are naps, but not on the bed.
Let me guess. The floor?
Yup. Floor naps feel temporary, like I'm just borrowing time. Beds feel like commitment.
That makes sense in your bizarre logic.
See, you get me.
I do.
What about evenings? Evenings are my chaos hour. I try to cook something I've never made before, no recipe. Last week, I invented spaghetti pancakes.
That sounds illegal.
It was crunchy in all the wrong ways, but fun.
I'm horrified. My evenings are calmer. I journal. Just one line. Something like, today felt like a door half open.
You always make it sound like a novel.
Maybe that's how I cope. If I write it down, the day isn't wasted.
That's the thing. We both do routines for proof.
Proof of what?
That we existed. That the day happened.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just hours slipping away.
Exactly. That's why I talk to kettles and nap on floors. It makes the hours stick.
And why I eat bananas in 3 bites and track backpack statistics.
See? We're both weird.
Weird is just another word for alive.
I like that. Write it in your journal tonight.
Maybe I will.
Good. And tomorrow morning, tell your toothbrush I said hi.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
Never. You know what my mom said yesterday? That brushing your teeth is the only time people willingly foam at the mouth.
That's such an observation. Did you actually think about it?
Yeah, for like 10 minutes. I wondered if dogs think we're mocking them.
Dogs don't care. My toothbrush doesn't even care. It's just the starter pistol of my day.
You and your metaphors. What color is your toothbrush again?
Blue. Same shade as the planner I use. It matches.
Of course it does. My toothbrush is green, but it lives on my windowsill, not the bathroom.
Why would you keep it there?
Morning sunlight makes brushing feel ceremonial, like the day can't start without that weird little foam party.
You romanticize everything.
And you sterilize everything. 7-minute showers, right?
6, actually. I timed it last week. Shampoo, rinse, conditioner, rinse, soap, rinse, done.
You could set that to a metronome.
Maybe I should.
Meanwhile, my shower is like a concert. 25 minutes of bad singing and pretending the curtain is an audience.
Do you ever worry your neighbors can hear?
I hope they can. Free concerts. Anyway, breakfast?
Oats, banana, a drizzle of honey. Same every day.
No variation?
None. If I eat anything else, I feel untethered.
That's wild. Yesterday I had leftover noodles with peanut butter.
That's not breakfast.
It was my breakfast. Food doesn't know what time it is.
Still, there's something comforting about sameness.
But sameness makes me itchy, like I'm rehearsing the same play forever.
And chaos makes me queasy, like the floor's tilting.
So your routines are like anchors.
Exactly. What about yours?
More like balloons. I float into the day and hope the string doesn't snap.
That actually makes sense.
Midday, what do you do?
I write one sentence about how the day feels. Today's was, "The air tastes like metal."
Ooh, mysterious. Yesterday's?
Time feels folded.
You're basically writing fortune cookies for yourself.
Maybe. What about you?
Midday's my wandering hour. I pick a random street and walk it for 10 minutes.
No destination?
None. Yesterday I found a house painted half yellow, half purple, like someone couldn't decide who they were.
That sounds symbolic.
I thought so too. Maybe it was just bad paint.
Still, that's something I'd never notice.
That's why I do it, to catch the world blinking.
I catch people instead. Around 4, I sit by the window and count how many wear backpacks.
Backpacks?
Yeah, everyone's carrying something. Some look heavy, some light. It reminds me not to judge.
That's so you, finding meaning in patterns.
And so you finding meaning in accidents.
We're opposites. Evening routine?
Journaling, 1 line. Yesterday was, "The day felt like a locked drawer."
Dramatic.
It helps me seal the day shut so it doesn't leak into tomorrow.
I like that. My evenings are experiments. I cook without recipes. Last week I made potato lasagna tacos.
That sounds criminal.
It was surprisingly edible, though my stomach filed a complaint.
You're reckless.
Or free, depends on the angle.
Sometimes I envy that.
And sometimes I envy your structure. You wake up knowing the shape of your day.
The shape comforts me.
The shape less comforts me.
So both of us are just proving something.
Yeah, proving the day happened, that we didn't sleepwalk through it.
That's exactly it.
Mine's messy proof. Burnt pans, shoe blisters, a toothbrush on the windowsill.
And mine's tidy proof. Journal lines, banana rituals, backpack tallies.
Weird rituals are just survival dressed up.
I guess that's true.
By the way, do you ever say goodnight to objects?
What? No?
I do. My lamp, my kettle. Feels rude not to.
You're anthropomorphizing furniture.
Better than feeling alone.
Yeah, I get that.
Wait, you do something similar, don't you?
Maybe. I tap the doorframe twice before bed, like sealing the day shut.
See? We're both superstitious weirdos.
Maybe everyone is, just in ways they don't admit.
That's why overhearing people's routines is fascinating. They're confessions disguised as habits.
Exactly.
So, tomorrow morning, tell your blue toothbrush I said hi.
And you, don't forget to apologize to your kettle if you overboil it.
Already on my to-do list.
Figures.
Good night, speaker 2. Don't forget the door frame.
Good night, speaker 1. Don't forget the lamp.
You know what I realized this morning? I always brush my teeth before making coffee, even though everyone says it ruins the taste.
Wait, so you actually drink toothpaste-flavored coffee? That sounds criminal.
It's not about the flavor, it's about tricking myself. If I brush first, it feels like I've already done something productive. Like, congrats, speaker 1, you're already ahead. My mornings are the opposite. I delay brushing my teeth as long as possible. I like tasting my whole day. Breakfast toast, lunch soup, even the gum I chewed in the afternoon. Until bedtime. That's so gross, I know, but it makes brushing at night feel like a reset, like I'm erasing everything that happened. You're weird, thanks? Okay, so what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Honestly, I touch the wall. It's this stupid habit. I roll over and press my palm against it, just to feel something solid, like, yep, still here. That's oddly comforting. What about you? Besides your mint-flavored cappuccino ritual. I check my curtains. I keep them slightly open so the streetlight makes patterns on my ceiling at night. Sometimes it looks like waves, sometimes like prison bars.
Depending on the day, it's either calming or depressing. That's very you. Half dreamy, half melancholic. And then I write down the first word that comes to mind. Doesn't have to make sense. Yesterday's was marshmallow. Today's was dream pipe. You should make a poem out of that notebook. Already tried. It came out like a ransom note written by a pigeon. I'd still read it. Okay, but what about meals? Do you eat properly or just snack all day? I have a strict rule. Breakfast must be crunchy. Doesn't matter what it is. Granola, crackers, carrots, once even potato chips. If it crunches, I can start my day. And lunch? Usually soup. I like the balance. Crunch in the morning, mush at noon, then something chaotic for dinner, like pancakes with hot sauce. That sounds like you're trying to confuse your stomach. Maybe I just like reminding myself that I can choose disorder. See, this is why I envy you. My meals are, boring. Toast, salad, pasta. I eat like a computer program. But you do that thing with oranges, right? Oh yeah, peeling them in one piece. It feels like if I can keep it together, maybe the rest of me will too. You're secretly sentimental about everything. And you're secretly rebelling against everything. Probably true. Okay, but what about nights? I imagine yours are full of chaos. Strangely, no. At night, I fold every piece of clothing I wore that day, whether it's clean or dirty, even socks, even if I'm exhausted. That's almost military. It's not about neatness. It's like acknowledging the day happened, like saying, "Thank you, shirt. You carried me through awkward conversations." That's sweet. I just write a single sentence in my journal. Doesn't matter if it's profound or nonsense. Last night's was, "The neighbor's cat knows more about me than my family does." That's both hilarious and sad. Exactly. It's proof the day existed. Proof I existed. You know, I think that's what routines are. Not habits. Proof. Proof against what, though? Against disappearing. Against days blurring together. Against that feeling like, what's the point? Yeah, like if you don't mark the small things, the big things just swallow you. Exactly. You know, sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth at night, I deliberately don't look in the mirror, just to test if I can stand being with myself without checking who I am. Wow, that's heavy. Well, what about you? Any secret tests? Sometimes I set my alarm 30 minutes earlier than I need, just to see if I'll obey myself. Most days I don't, but on the days I do, I feel like I've tricked time. You're trying to outsmart the clock. Maybe, or maybe I'm just trying to prove I'm not always lazy. See? Hidden emotions in your routines too. Yeah, well, maybe everyone's little habits are just disguises for bigger fears, or bigger hopes. Or both. I like that. Me too.